Madam Chairman, this is a brief and a good bill, and also is an important bill because it concerns one of the vital problems and subjects facing our policy, that is social reform. As the law minister himself said in the initial stages, no social legislation can move in the right direction or in the desired direction if it is not backed up by increasing social awareness and public opinion. You cannot at the same time have greater social awakening and more informed public opinion unless you have in a country like ours the social legislation which may help formulation of the public opinion on the lines we desire. I feel that social legislation such as this is important. There is some difficulty in implementing such a legislation in our vast country, particularly in the rural regions. We should try to help in educating the public partly by the kind of legislation which the law minister has brought today. I entirely agree that legislation does not create any remedy nor does it create any welfare. But surely, if you want some kind of welfare to take place in concrete terms, a certain amount of effort in terms of taking a lead in the matter has to be done by lawmakers. But let us remember with gratitude many of the reformers, like some of the British officers, including a Governor General and Viceroy of those days, who, while governing politically, also had an eye on the important aspect of social reform, without which your policy could not take proper and democratic roots. From all these angles, I welcome this bill. I only hope and share the law minister's feelings that this kind of social legislation will be continuously and effectively backed by enlightened public opinion and also by responsible social service agencies. The minister has made a reference in his statement of objects and reasons, as well as in his initial remarks, problem of population explosions in this country. I am not one of those who believe that we must not take this point of view into consideration while talking about the raising of the marriage age. I am glad that the Janata government has been aware of this great need of continuing effectively the policy of population control. This is an evidence of the government's concern and anxiety about the question of population explosion, which we must tackle quickly and effectively. Some questions as to how do you make a difference between quantity of population and quality of population. Well, the answer is very simple. Though the implementation is very difficult, the answer is you emphasize progressively the processes of education and persuasion and thereby create responsible and responsive citizens in this country, and if that happens, you automatically get even in the increased population a more qualitative population. That will be my answer to that question. We must take all sorts of measures and look into the question of punishing as well as rewarding steps. This is not the time to go into the details of this matter, but I would like the law minister to consider this not only as the law minister but also as part of the whole government. Let him consider this aspect of the matter also, whether you may achieve very desirable objectives by giving reward or incentives to the people. Dear Sir, I am writing to confirm the reservation I made today when I visited the hotel for a group of our directors for lunch on Wednesday afternoon, 20th September. The number of directors will be a maximum of 8 and almost certainly not less than 6. Thank you for showing me around the hotel and assisting me with the choice of menus. I think your suggestion about using the private dining room is excellent, and having seen a copy of your typical business lunch menu, I am quite sure that the directors will be happy with that instead of the much more extensive lunch menu. After a busy morning, I think they will all be ready for a relaxed meal in comfortable surroundings, and on arrival, I would like you to show them directly to their dining room. When they have finished their meal, the chairman will sign the account, and as we arranged, you will forward it to me. As I mentioned to you, our accounts department will, in spite of any pressure from me or anyone else, take up to 4 weeks before sending you a check. I was impressed with the hotel facilities, and I would like to make a provisional booking for a group of 15 for our office Christmas dinner on Friday evening, 18th December. Please let me have a copy of your menu by post as soon as it is available. Yours sincerely,